Hello from Natchez, Mississippi.
We are at the Visitor Center for the Natchez Trace, and as our kids remind us, this is our third time doing the trace. We love it.
We love coming down here in the springtime because everything is abloom.
And when we walked in to start, I said, we have to do it in front of this bush because it is drop dead gorgeous. So then we are going to go into the Visitor Center.
Yeah, the rhododendrons all abloom here and it really looks pretty.
And this Visitor Center sets on the Mississippi River. And there's a bridge right over here that leads to where?
Louisiana. Just spending a short time here at the Visitor Center in Natchez, Mississippi. This Visitor Center here really focuses mainly on the city of Natchez, and we are headed up to the Natchez Trace Parkway. So we're only going to spend a little bit of time here. Nancy is over there getting the maps and some information on the Parkway. Although we don't feel like we need as much information because we've done it. This is our third time we've done the Parkway. So anyway, I'm just taking a quick look at the Visitor Center and we're going to jump back in the car and get going.
So look, a map of the Great River Road, and we just got our own copy of it. So the next time we do the River Road, we can do it all and then get our sticker. And we just got all the information we need to do the trace. So we are ready. Let's go.
All right, we just left the Visitor Center there, and we are fortunate in that we have this map that our friend Barbara gave to us at the Runaway Rally. She made a map with it's highlighting the Natchez Trace, and it's all in one piece here. And we got some things, some notes on here, and that's we're ready to go. Just want to point out to the fact that if you start down here in Natchez, Mississippi, this will go all the way out to probably around the Franklin, Tennessee area, which is just outside of Nashville. So you can see we've got it all marked now. We just found out there's some trees down around here, so we're gonna have to do a detour a little later on, but we'll show you that when we get there to get around the trees. So we're gonna miss part of it. It's really fun. We've done this before. The history of the trace is that back in the day, this was an Indian path, and then more modern times, flatboat workers would float flatboats full of product out of the country down to Natchez, Mississippi. They would get loaded on steamers here for export, and then what would happen is they would tear all the flatboats apart, build houses on it, and these guys would walk home, believe it or not. So there's places we see where they, in the sunken trace here, where it's really deep from just the footpath. So today the government has built this just awesome highway here, and you can travel about 500 miles on it and not see any commercial traffic. Let's get in this van and let's get started.
Here we are at the beginning of the Natchez Trace.
The southern terminus, and we're getting ready to head all the way to Franklin, Tennessee, or Nashville, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, beautiful day. Look how blue the skies are. The sun's out. What is it,
72 maybe?
Yeah.
So we are going to be riding this whole way with the windows down and the wind blowing through our hair.
And look, there's hardly anybody on the trace today.
Let's go.
We just finished lunch. We have the generator running. We pulled over to the side of the road, had some tacos. Good stuff, man.
keep the generator all nice and stowed away here in the back, and runs the microwave. We're ready to go after a brief stop for dinner.
I cannot imagine walking 444 miles from Natchez, Mississippi to Nashville, Tennessee. You think I complain when you take me on hikes now? Can you imagine the griping I would have done all that way?
You're spoiled.
I know. So, but like we're driving it and it'll take us 2 days. Well, we keep stopping too though. So I wonder how many days it took them to walk. And you can see this gully behind us was up here even, but they wore it down. So many people for so many years walking this trace.
It's amazing when you sit back and think about that. It just blows your mind. I'm gonna walk down to the bottom of this trace, but you can see the ravine runs right up through there. That's not dug out by hand. That's just worn out from people traveling.
It was mainly men, am I right?
Yeah.
Would it have been families like
I guess.
like wagon trails heading out west? Would it have been? No, I don't. I know not wagons, but like people, families
Indians,
walking.
It's been around thousands of years. So
incredible.
It's pretty cool.
Let's go take a close look.
We're gonna walk down to the bottom and give you a view, but you can see down here how deep it is. All right, I'm gonna walk down here in the trace. Wow, this is really deep. I'm gonna walk down here and just kind of imagine if you were walking this thing back in the day. There would be no modern road. You'd be all on your own, right? There would be, you'd be carrying your own water and providing for yourself to eat. Today we have all these modern amenities, and we forget how hard it was for people like this to walk this. Look up here at these two trees. At the side of the trace here is Mangum Mound. This is built in the Mississippian period by the Indians. It's, a lot of times when you think about mounds, you think about burial mounds and things like that. This here is actually just a ceremonial mound. And you can see how the plane goes up from here to there, and then you have the tip up there of the mound. It's pretty interesting to think how far this goes back in history. And today we're just driving along taking a look at it, but it's really nice. We pulled in here really quick alongside the trace at one of the free campgrounds. This one's called Rocky Springs.
The first one you come to if you go from Natchez up to Nashville.
If you're headed north, yeah.
Right. And there's not too many people here. It is 2:30, so it's not really time to stop yet.
What a difference it's made. So we were here about the same time about 3 years ago, and this campground was packed full of people that were in Florida as snowbirds, and they were headed back to Canada mainly. I guess they're not here this year because, man, this place is empty. We're going to take a quick peek around at this campground. Just remember here it's at mile marker 54. 54.
Yeah.
And you can stay here for free. We're going to
get some water in our tanks and keep going.
We pulled off the trace, and here at Dean's Stand. There's a sign here that tells us all about it here. Basically, William Dean and his wife Margaret settled here, and they offer, they farmed here, but they also offered travelers assistance, meals, place to stay, and that's how they supplemented their income. Then actually on the night of May 12th of 1863, U.S. Grant made his headquarters here after the Battle of Raymond. So a significant place. I see a cemetery over here, so we're going to walk over there and take a look at that. So some of these graves, the engravings are unrecognizable. Here's Colonel Dillon, entered into rest on 1876. And then there's Albert, son of John and Julia, died in 1890, was born in 1876. So yeah, it's a pretty, here's some newer graves here. Here is Thomas Harold, actually passed away in 1941, so that would be a newer one. There is some other graves here that are they're just beyond recognition because they're so deteriorated. Let's see what this one says. Oh, you can't read it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Still got this old wrought iron fence around it. I enjoy looking at these. We actually have several of these around where our house is at in Indiana, and it's kind of neat to go over there and look at some of them are Civil War graves, but it's pretty cool to look at and think about these people that once passed through this area. We stopped here at the Parkway Information Cabin.
And it's closed.
It's kind of sad. It's kind of fallen in disrepair. We don't want to be negative
it's like a pile
here, but
of gravel in between.
I don't know what's happened here. We were here a few years ago, and this was very nice looking. So I don't know, for some reason it's kind of fallen in disrepair. This spot. So we're not going to spend much time here. We were hoping to show you this log cabin, but we're going to move on farther down the road.
Well, okay, we've come to the end of our day here on the Natchez Trace. We are spending the night here at Jeff Bisbee campground, and I'm not sure who Jeff Bisbee is.
I don't know, but
No Electric.
I'm thankful that he provided this campground.
I know,
for
right?
us.
No Electric. We have a really cute site. We do have the generator going just to get the yuckness out of the camper.
Yeah, there's a little bit of mosquitoes biting me.
Yeah,
there's a little bit of dampness in the camper, so we're going to run the air conditioner for just a few minutes to get that out. We've had a great day on. It
has been a good day
on the Parkway. Nice 82 degrees.
Yeah. Windows
awesome.
Down. That's why my hair looks like this. But hey, who cares?
So we're going to pack up in the morning and head out again.
Do the rest of it.
Thanks for joining us.
We're going to take this dog for a walk.